Okay, are we good to go? There are 12 million tonnes of food wasted in the UK every year. For every 1 tonne of that food, it generates 2 tonnes of CO2. Meanwhile, 13 million people are in food insecurity. 4 million of them children. And the statistic that is the reason I'm here is that only 2% of that 6 million tonnes of food that's wasted actually gets redistributed.
The question that the King presented was, how do we take surplus food and use it for social good? How do you take waste and feed people who need it? That's it. I also want to say an enormous thank you to Steve and Sally. Really thank you. You have led the way and people are following you. The Coronation Food Project is an initiative of the King and Queen, and for a long time they have both been very concerned about the cost of living crisis and the amount of surplus food that isn't being used for social good.
So FareShare is effectively a distribution network. We work with 725 food partners all across the country, and we pick up their surplus food, and then through 35 distribution centres all around the country in every location, we distribute that to nearly 9,000 charities who help people in need. We supply all those charities, enabling them to do their brilliant work in the front line. The launch today is an incredible step change in our capability. Today we do 2.5 million meals from this facility. Our aim is to add 4 million over the next 3 years. The funding makes that possible. This is just the support we need. It's an amazing development, and we're so excited to be working with the Steve Morgan Foundation.
A lad like me, I grew up in Garston. It was a rough area that knew food poverty very well in those days. And sadly, here we are, many decades later, we've still got it, which is a sad, I think, reflection on our society, but that's where we are, and that's what we're trying to do something about. I hate the fact that there's a need to have food banks. We should have a society that creates sufficient wealth and envelops everybody in society so that it's not necessary. Sadly, it is necessary, and until we can get to that point where we can teach everybody how to fish instead of providing them the fish, until we get to that point, this is necessary, and this is a fantastic initiative. We jumped at the opportunity to work with it because it's everything we stand for. It gets right into social values, it stops food waste and gets it to people who are desperately hungry. So to be a principal part of that, which supplements everything else we do in society, is great. We're really, really proud and really pleased with it.